Like many towns up and down the country, Hawick in the Scottish borders has had its fair share of local characters, or worthies. One of these was Magenta Robbie. Robert Laidlaw Brown, better known as Magenta Robbie, was a gentle soul. How he got his nickname was hotly disputed, with some saying it was because he insisted on decorating his lamp with magenta during the celebration of Albert Edward, the then Prince of Wales, marriage to Princess Alexandra of Denmark in 1863, while others, including William Peppers, believed it was because his mother would refer to him as Magenta Robbie. Peppers went on to write a poem about Robbie, describing him as having a peaceful and contented mind and a kindly heart. He wouldn't have harmed anyone or anything. Earnings came by the odd bob or two on a hand frame. He peddled cheap goods from his worn tin carpet bag, which was never far from his side. He did a good trade in wood sticks. Once, when he was working in a tweed mill, his employer gave him an odd length of tweed, telling him to take it home to the mistress, who could make a pair of trousers out of it for him. Robbie thanked him profusely and made his way quickly to his employer's residence, where he asked to speak to the lady of the house. He duly informed her that the maester had said she was to make him a pair of trousers out of the material, which he duly handed over. This wasn't exactly what the employer had meant. He rarely washed himself, and his main claim to fame lay in an almost childlike attitude towards cause and effect, seeing the world differently from other adults in the town. It's said he once chased a butterfly, which flew into a field. When he reached the gate, he closed it and called out to it, "I've catched you now." On another occasion, when his wife had a baby, a friend inquired about the sex of the baby. "Is it a laddie?" he asked, to which he replied, "Guess again." "A lassie, then," countered his friend, and the only obvious solution. But Robbie was puzzled by his friend's uncanny knowledge, and said simply, "Aye, but somebody tell you." One morning, around 5:30 or 6 o'clock, Robbie opened his front door while still wearing his night attire. He couldn't tell the time, so thought he was late for work. He asked the first passer-by what time it was, and when told, he replied, "Weel, I'll have to gang awa in and get up." In another story about Robbie, once during a flitting, he felt sorry for the horse pulling all that weight. To help out, he lifted an article on the cart and put it on his knee, as he himself was on the lorry. Perhaps it was a weight off Robbie's mind, but it certainly didn't help the poor horse. It's also recorded that on another occasion, Robbie postponed an attempt on his life, as the water would be too cold. He'd been seen coming down the Wellow Gate with a rope tied round his waist when an acquaintance asked him what he'd been up to. He replied, "Oh, I was just tired of life and was going to bring it to an end." "And what prevented you from finishing the job?" the man asked. "You should have put the rope round your neck, no your waist." Robbie quickly replied, "Well, you see, I had it first round my neck, but it was choking us, so I'd had to take it off." There is also a story of a short bed cover which Robbie decided to lengthen by cutting off a piece of the bottom and sewing it at the top. There are many stories associated with Magenta Robbie, some fake, but most of them true, and he went down in Hawick history as one of the town's worthies. He was also an old worthy of Jedburgh, where he lived for many years before making his way to Hawick. At Jedburgh Sheriff Court, on 24th July 1890, he appeared before Sheriff Spears on a charge of assaulting a young domestic servant, Annie Boyle, on the 7th of that month. He'd walked from his home at Castlegate to the farm, Crailing Tofts, where he opened his pack at the kitchen door and had wanted to sell her an apron for a shilling. The cook had replied, "You know how to take your profit. It is only 4.5 a yard linen." Robbie became angry and kicked the woman on the left eye. A fellow servant, Jane Turnbull, corroborated her account. Sheriff Spears imprisoned Robbie for 21 days with hard labour. This wasn't his first time in the court. A year earlier, Robbie was charged with having on Tuesday 19th February 1889 assaulted Jessie Oliver, wife of millworker Walter Oliver, in Queen Street. He'd grabbed her by the hair and struck her on the head and face before kicking her on the leg. All she had done was ask how he was. He was found guilty. Magenta Robbie died on Saturday 10th February 1906 at Hawick's poorhouse. According to his death certificate, he was 63 years old, although on the memorial headstone it cites that he was born in 1845, dying in 1906. If you enjoyed this episode of Scotland's History, please like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.